we are starting the session, the InsightStorm, and I would like to invite on stage Mr. Firdose Vandrevala from AIMA. Mr. Vandrevala.
It is my pleasure to welcome you to a very unique and pioneering event. The All India Management Association, AIMA, is pleased to host InsightStorm, and we are privileged to have many extraordinary individuals from the worlds of business, art, and media with us today. I congratulate Anisha, Motwani, and Ranjan, Malik for creating an excellent and exciting platform for generating meaningful strategic insights. It fits rather nicely with AIMA's mandate of promoting leadership excellence, and AIMA is pleased to partner with the Storm the Norm Ventures in organizing this program. I also thank Devrat Sanyal, CEO of Universal Music, for his outstanding contribution in helping AIMA put this event. I'm delighted to welcome Kabir Bedi and his wife, one of India's best-known actors and couple around the world. And I think Ajay Bijli is on his way, the pioneer of multiplex cinemas in India. And I thank them for agreeing to kick off today's session. They will be followed by a lineup of many more extraordinary achievers, and I'm sure that will be a special experience listening to their stories and insights. InsightStorm is quite unlike the usual conferences, talks, or panel discussions we normally see. It is different in its intent, and it is different in its content. It is about getting leading artists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, and media anchors to share their experiences and glean strategic insights from their stories. The objective of this exercise is to identify clear and applicable learnings that can help you raise your game. It may seem a bit unfashionable to focus on telling stories and sharing experiences at a time when big data and artificial intelligence are in demand and in vogue. However, stories remain more immediate sources of insight than frigid algorithms that crunch bulk data. Unlike algorithms, which rely on pattern in data and often cannot make sense of content of the data, stories are about getting straight to the heart of the matter. For example, big data can tell you what a customer did and when, but it cannot tell you why he or she did it, and whether, more importantly, he or she will do it again. Ultimately, what the business decision makers need and seek is the motivation of the consumer and the influencing factors, as their main concern is predicting demand. Therefore, stories remain the fastest route to valuable insights. The best insights are often gained from conversations with one's customers. One remarkable example of a company introducing an odd but winning feature in the Indian market is that of Maruti Suzuki. The company started creating a frame on its car's dashboards for installing idols, after its customers said they would do it even if there was none. It was not a feature that the company advertised, but its dealers would draw customers' attention to that, and it worked. Similarly, Nokia had introduced a torch in its basic phones in India, as the rural users did not want to carry both a phone and a torch in their hands. The feature accelerated mobile phone adoption in rural India. These examples show that insights need not be radical or tech-intensive, and it pays to listen to the apparent nonsense from the customers. I'm looking forward to hearing interesting stories and smart insights that have made substantial impact on the market and innovations. But we should not get over-obsessed with customers. Like one Japanese told me, when I asked him if he did customer survey, he said, no, customer is king, and you don't survey a king. And history has shown that there have been good kings and bad kings. I think we should remember about competitive marketing. Your real enemy is the competition, and the customer is the territory to be won. And since this session is on stories, let me end with one story. In a village, for generations, the family had the tradition of selling hats. So on a summer morning, this gentleman, 50 years, went around the village, but with no success. So at the end of the morning, he was tired, exhausted, and frustrated. So he sat down under a tree, opened his lunch, had his lunch, and dozed off. When he woke up, he found his 20-odd hats missing. So he started shouting, "Chor, chor, police, bachao," and nobody came. So in frustration, he took off his hat and threw it on the ground. And promptly, 20-odd hats came raining down from the tree. He looked up and he saw monkeys giggling and enjoying themselves. So he went home and told this story to his children so that if they ever lose hats, they know what to do. 2 generations later, his grandson, the family business had continued, found himself in a similar situation. No sale, had lunch, went to sleep, got up, found his hats missing. He didn't bat an eyelid. He promptly got up and threw his hat down. Waited, nothing happened. And then he looked up and he saw 20 monkeys with his hats. Then one monkey came down and gave him one slap and says, "What do you think? Only you had a grandfather?" So I think that's a story of strategies that won't be taught that way in management schools. We are grateful to all our partners and sponsors for supporting InsightStorm, and I take this opportunity to acknowledge our principal sponsor, Yes Bank, the sponsor, Antara Senior Living, our TV partner, ET Now, our knowledge partner, The Wind. I also appreciate the support from Studio ABD, our design partner, One Access, the platform partner, and Microsoft Surface technology design partner. I welcome you all once again, and I thank you for being with us today. All the best. Let the show begin.
All right, so namaskar, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the InsightStorm. I'm Ranjan, Malik, and we also have with us here Anisha Motwani, who's my partner at Storm the Norm. Anisha is actually the author of the book Storm the Norm, for which she spent 3 years researching Indian stories, Indian innovation stories. And what this book has are 20 stories of Indian organizations that truly stormed the norms of their industry and created unprecedented vibrancy. Now, there are 20 stories in there. What we also have in this book is a method that we call the Storm the Norm method that I had designed. It's a new method for innovation. It's a 5-stage process that helps you storm the norms of your industry by design. So anyway, this book was the trigger for us to create and design an event like this. Because somewhere, together with AIMA, we felt that conferences, the way they are designed, are way past their use-by date. I mean, who wants to listen to these bored seniors who come on stage and ramble on in a very self-congratulatory manner for an hour? I think the time's gone. If conferences are a way for organizations to come together and be inspired and exchange insights, conferences are a very stale format. And we thought, maybe the world needs a new format. Surely TED reimagined the conference. When you give a very accomplished person just 18 minutes, what it creates is pithiness. You know, you leave out everything, you chip away everything till the time you're left with true essence. Now, that was amazing. But we thought even those 18 minutes is ramble time. You can do all sorts of self-congratulatory work or talk in that. So how do we create another, more rigid time box that creates only insights? And therefore the Storm the Norm, or therefore the InsightStorm method was created. For us, what is an insight? If you look at the history of innovation in the world, every transformative innovation was rooted in a deeper human truth. That's insight. And usually these deeper human truths that it was something implicit that was made explicit. But the thing about insights is they are breathtakingly obvious in hindsight. When new, unusual dots connect unexpectedly, and aha is triggered. That's an insight. And he said, can we pack the day with an amazing number of insights? That's why if you saw in the Mint ad, it says binge on insights. So that's what we're going to experience today, lots of insights. We have lots of amazing minds here who are going to share their insights with us. How will we do it? There's a very interesting format. We'll have 10 sessions. 8 out of those sessions are what we call InsightStorm format. As the session is announced, see, the first half of the day is themed being extraordinary. And the second half of the day is themed doing extraordinary, human being, human doing. And in being extraordinary, we have sub-themes, being a visionary, being a leader, being a pioneer, being an innovator. And in doing extraordinary, there are 4 stages of pursuit. Whether you are an art person or a business person, you go through 4 stages. You conceive your idea, you design your idea, you develop it, you scale, you launch it, and then you scale it. So these are the 4 sub-themes in the doing extraordinary bit. That's the second half. What happens within one session? See, we also say that insight storms are triggered when diverse fields collide, when they come together from the amazing intersection. We are bringing art and business together this time. So you'll see every session will have one art thought leader and one business thought leader. So as the session is announced, the first segment is insights. So you'll actually see an amazing jugalbandi of insights. So Art Insight 1 delivered in 1 minute. Actually, each insight you'll see is crafted in 140 characters only. Twitter wasn't our inspiration. In fact, we realized that if it is 140, we said 140 characters so that it can be tweeted, and do tweet. Tweet as much as you can. And use the hashtag InsightStorm. Hashtag InsightStorm. Because there are some amazing prizes. We'll let you know as the day goes along, amazing prizes for people who are tweeting and tweeting really hard, for the best tweeters. And you can't even imagine the kind of prizes there are. Our sponsors have been very generous. So that's one. So as the session begins, Art Insight 1, 140 characters in 1 minute. Business Insight 1. Art Insight 2, Business Insight 2. Art Insight 3, Business Insight 3. All of it in 6 minutes. So can you imagine 8 insights, 6 minutes. That's segment 1. Segment 2, stories behind the insights. Insights don't happen out of thin air. You don't just pluck them out of thin air. These are powerful realizations, epiphanies, that happen because of some real-life experiences. They're stories. They are backstories to insights. So the second segment is each speaker will share their 3 stories behind their 3 insights. Amazing, isn't it? Usually, it's the story, and then you end it with a moral or a realization. We've turned it around. He said, give us your pithy insight first so that we can just capture it and take it back with us. These are quotable quotes. And then tell us what stories led to them. So that's the second segment. And the third segment is fresh insights. Having heard the other thought leader, when art listens to business and when business listens to art, new dots connect. New dots connect when these kinds of 2 fields come together in that amazing intersection, right? So this last segment is about fresh insights. So the art person shares a fresh insight that happened for him or her when he heard the business speaker. And business speaker will share his fresh insights, and we finish it there. That's how an insight storm happens. Can you imagine? So many. 8 insights per insight storm multiplied by 10 sessions. You're going back with 80 amazing insights. And you'll see those insights, those pithy, succinct insights crafted in 140 characters on the screen. If you like, you can take pictures. You can take pictures and tweet them. Let people outside this room also experience this amazing experience. So we start the insight storm, ladies and gentlemen.